the way to start it all.
Hey everybody, ciao, and welcome to La Tavola di Tracy. Today is May 27th. It is the last Wednesday of the month, the first month that we've been doing #Wine Wednesdays, and very exciting stuff. So tonight is very special. We have two amazing wines for everybody to watch us taste. I was gonna say taste along with us, but chances of you guys having these, I don't know. Maybe you do. If you do, drink along. If you don't, I will have all of the information up on my blog later this evening, including where you can buy these wines. So tonight we're going to try a white from San Gimignano from Italy, the Tuscany region, and a very special red from California, and we'll talk more about that later. But yeah, let's do it. Ready?
Yeah.
All right. So this first one is a 2018 Fontaleoni, which is the name of the vineyard, Vernaccia di San Gimignano. So it's a lot of words in one sentence. 2018, the grape is Vernaccia, winery is Fontaleoni, and di San Gimignano is the region of Tuscany that is from. See, that's a nice, there you go, nice label for you. We got this at our local wine, well, it's not wine, it's an Italian market, but they have amazing wine. It's about, we paid $14.99 for this bottle of wine. Not too shabby. It's, in my opinion, a really great table wine. Citrusy.
I don't think it's awful citrusy though. When you smell it.
It's really good. So fun fact about the San Gimignano region. I think it was the very first #Wine Wednesday that we did. We tried a white, no, actually that's not true. That was a Pinot Grigio. It was on my first live cooking demo a couple weeks ago. I was drinking a white from the San Gimignano region. So I guess it's a wine that I'm enjoying these days because I seem to keep buying it. But because the reason I really like it is because it's very drinkable. I would drink this while cooking. Well, I would drink anything while cooking, but but I would especially drink this while cooking. It's not, for me, it's a little bit citrusy, but like the nose, the bouquet, I smell like a little bit of apricot, some plumquat, which those of you who don't know is a half plum, half kumquat. It's a thing. Look it up.
It's a thing. It's good though.
And it's a dry white wine from Italy, but it has a smooth finish. Hints of citrus. I get a little bit of honey too, so that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's not too citrusy where it's just that gives it too much of a bite, so I enjoy it.
Yeah. But yeah, so I would drink this while cooking. I would enjoy it in the backyard on a nice warm spring or summer day. Now that we're officially in summer season after Memorial Day, it's time to break out those white wines that are really drinkable and crisp and refreshing, that you can drink outside by yourself or with your friends.
Or you can just be a codgety old bastard like myself and continue drinking good reds.
Whatever. White wines are good too. I enjoy white wines. So it's funny because like for a hot minute, I was not into whites. Hey, Betty. I was not into whites, and I don't know if it was just because it was the winter season or if my palate was changed. I don't know what was going on, but I was like, just the thought of drinking any white wine to me over the past like 7 or 8 months, I was just like not having it. Now that I guess it's getting warmer, my palate's changing a little bit, and it's like, yeah, you need something crisp and refreshing to drink while whatever it is you do. It's nice to have. I always have a nice white. I used to like white,
I used to
like whites
white
before I was pregnant. Now I'm all red. There you go. See, your taste buds change as you get older, as you go through life events. Sometimes it's, the change in season. There's so many reasons. It's kind of like the same thing when people who are just starting to drink wine tend to really enjoy sweeter wines. It's because they're training their palate to enjoy, the taste of wine. It's an acquired taste. It's not just.
Well, I think again, the biggest thing, like we were telling our friends this past weekend, we had somebody come over, some friends come over, and there's like, I don't really drink wine. I was like, and first thing I said was like, because you don't know what you like, and it's the truth.
Yeah.
I felt the same way. Like I didn't know what I liked, so I was like, I don't drink wine. It's not good. And I didn't know what to get or what I liked, so I would have never chose to drink wine. And I think you're 100% correct. I think most people start off with a sweet and they're like, well, I don't want to spend this, this money on a bottle of wine when I can spend $4.
Yeah, and sometimes it's not even about the dollar.
No, it's not always, yes.
But it's about the taste and what you like. And if you haven't been drinking wine ever in your life or only a couple times, what you want to do is just continue to drink wines and notice all of the things that you're tasting as you drink each wine. Do a beginner's guide to wine and several blogs teaching us. I know I need to learn so much. That's a great idea. I would love to do that, and I'll also post some recommendations too on there. So there's a wine book that actually we have. It's in my office, but there's a wine book that is really great to getting started and learning a little bit more about wine. He's gonna go get it now. It's in the block next to my red work bag. It's called Wine Folly, and it is a great book. It teaches you literally everything you could ever want to know about wine. And fun fact, you can actually, if you follow them on Instagram and if you go to their website, they have like tasting placemats. They have wine journals. They have a whole, it's not just the guide or the book to learn more about wine and
well, you
how
can
to
go
drink wine.
you
but
can
it's,
go really deep with them. Like you can get like the actual set of like smelling, like so they'll send you like cedar, they'll send you oak so you can smell it, so you can like basically like to become a sommelier. Like this is really super beginner and super professional because it'll give you everything you absolutely need. You can just sit there and read about it because it gives you amazing facts.
Yeah.
About wine.
Yeah, but that's a great idea. Thanks, Betty. I'm definitely going to start. We should definitely start some drinking blogs or like how-tos or like. So on my blog right now, hey Vito, on my blog right now we post our tasting notes. So I think you guys saw this in one of my last posts, but journal. Tasting notes. I don't just go into this empty-handed. I always post our tasting notes, but I don't ever really explain what notes we write down and what we look for. So we'll start doing that. Thanks for the suggestion. So
Vito, you can be super excited about the red we have today. Or, you know, where do we
as
drink?
excited as us. But yeah, so again, easy drink, easy to drink, great in the summer in the backyard. The Vernacchia di San Gimignano. So one thing to note about this particular wine varietal is San Gimignano is an up and coming, well, it's been around, but it's an up and coming part of Tuscany where a lot of winemakers are starting to make really, really great wines because that particular region of Tuscany allows the vines to really thrive. So be on the lookout for that region. I know there's a lot of great wines that come out of Tuscany, but San Gimignano is up and coming, and it's the trendy region of Tuscany. You heard of that? Yeah. So it's let me see. I'm too busy.
The wine guide for a busy lady. I'm too busy to learn, but I needs to be easy for me. It is super easy. Like honestly, it'll teach. Like this book
Show
is
her
like
some of the pages.
like
on
honestly,
the inside.
like
it's a lot.
like
of,
for instance, I have this marked just so like this is one of the things I keep marked. So wines by body. So like say you want to open a red. Like you don't want to start with a Zinfandel because of that full body. You'll be burnt out by after a bottle or two, and then you can't go back down to a Sangiovese or something like that because it just doesn't flow well. So you want to start off with a lighter body. So I always go through them like, okay, shoot, I forgot how heavy the body of a Cab Franc or something like that. So I need to see if I want to have a Cab Franc before a Tempranillo. You go, oh, okay, well Cab Franc is a lighter body than a Tempranillo. So then I'm like, okay, well definitely this is how I should set my wines out. How I should start drinking, especially if I'm going to have multiple people over. And how we should plan the dinner.
Yeah. It makes it really easy to read. You don't have to, it's not like a huge textbook. They use actually a lot of illustrations in it, which makes it, for me, I'm more of a visual person. So for me, it's actually been really helpful. So yeah, I will post all of that in my blog later tonight. I'll post a link to their website as well, and I'll feature them in my story so that you guys can follow them on Instagram. But they have a whole slew of products now. Not just the wine guide, the book or the textbook, if you want to call it that, that you can choose from.
Yeah, this is such a great book. I highly recommend it.
All right. Dun 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 dun. Time to move on to.
Oh, well, Vito's gonna miss the surprise.
That's okay. So, the second wine that we're gonna be tasting tonight is really special. Jesse actually surprised me yesterday and brought it. He brought it home from a local wine store. This vineyard, Sbragia, is in Dry Creek Valley, which is Sonoma County in California.
Show them a little bit better.
Sbragia. So,
Well, it's 2015 Anna Dolison, right? So
it's a 2015 Cabernet Sauvignon from the Andelson Vineyard. Sbragia is where Jesse and I are getting married in 2021. It's located in Sonoma County, North Sonoma County in the Dry Creek Valley. And it was such a treat because we have been so this particular wine producer has been producing wines. The winemaker, Ed Sbragia, he was the head winemaker at Sbragia Vineyards, which I know a lot of people have heard of Sbragia. That's a pretty well-known vineyard. But it was always his dream to open up a vineyard and like a small production vineyard. And so this is his dream, and we're really excited to find his wine. It's actually really hard to find because they are small production. And they are family owned, so they don't mass produce, and it's a little more difficult to find their bottles of wine, unless of course you go straight to their website or to their vineyard in Sonoma. So yeah, this is a special wine for us to be tasting with all of you tonight.
Yeah, because we were supposed to, we haven't been to the vineyard yet. We've only we've only FaceTime and seen like the vineyard and everything, and we were supposed to be out there this past April, and we're going to go to the winery and see everything, and we haven't been able to. So all of our friends have told us it's amazing wine, and this is like one of our dreams is to get married out there because we both love wine, our friends love wine, our family loves wine. So we're super excited about this, and this one is we did take a little sneak peek and before we got on here, and we're super happy now because all of our friends have had this wine and they said it's just absolutely amazing. But just because someone says it's amazing doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be amazing for your palate. You may not like it. Yeah.
And it's really difficult to make a decision to have your wedding at a vineyard that A, you haven't been to, and B, you haven't had the wine. So we took a chance by making the deposit and making all that happen. But after tasting this tonight, so happy we did.
So let's go again. We just had a little taste, just because our curiosity was itching at us. Oh god, it is really good. So this bottle runs about anywhere from like $30 to $36. It's like it is. When you smell it, you can kind of tell that it's like that mixture of like European and California together. It's kind of hard to find a lot of information on this wine. Like I was even looking around, and what I should have done was just actually call or talk to our planner.
Yeah.
And but what I've read is it's 95% Cab, 4% Cab Franc, and 1% Petit Verdot. That's 2012, but this one's the 15. So I'm sure they probably follow this kind of the same suit for the majority of it.
Yeah, it might be a similar.
But it's still 100%. Still considered 100% Cab, because anything over 75% in America you can consider a whole Cab or a whole Merlot or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
God, it smells so good.
Yeah. It smells, I said this earlier, but it smells like a full-bodied Italian wine to me. Like if this was a blind tasting, I would have put money on this being an Italian wine.
No, I think that's where we differ. I don't smell that. Like I smell that oak and that vanilla. So I think I'm pretty sure I want to say it's a French oak, but I'm not 100% certain. And from what I can smell, a lot of Italian wines are made with more of a French oak than they are Wyoming versus a California style.
Yeah.
But I smell that vanilla in there, cedar, like it just smells so good. Big, bold, a little bit of pepper. It's soft on the tannins. So, I'm going to go ahead and just...
Yeah, I just did.
And it is definitely one of those just beautiful California reds that I think this is underpriced. I really and truly do. Like, I'm not just saying this because we're getting married there. Like, we drink pretty good wine. We drink crappy wine too. We don't drink the best.
We drink cheaper wine.
We drink cheaper wine. We also drink crappy wine because sometimes you have to drink to know. So This right here, I could easily see it being, closer to 50, to be honest with you. Maybe even 60, but those big dark fruits, I was taking notes earlier. Dark cherry. See, I'm not a super cherry fan, but this one was dark cherry, and it doesn't seem like it's as much cherry as the other dark fruits like blackberry and stuff.
This wine
like that.
is not fruit
Plum.
forward.
Yeah, it's your typical, like it pretty much is like a true California Cab to me. I think it's beautiful. Like I think you could have this with anything. You could have this with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and be happy. It's that good.
I mean, I could drink any wine with peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, so I'm not partial. No, but for sure. So I mean, the bouquet, the smell, to me, right? Everybody has their own. Everybody has their own experience with wine, and I love that about wine, and I say that I think every week. But to me, it smells like a full-bodied Italian. I smell some hints of dark berries, including cherries and blackberries, a little bit of cedar. Yeah, it's just so good. And then when I taste it,
you get that 100% California.
Yeah, so it smells, to me it smells like a California.
Well, it smells like
an Italian. And then when I taste it, it really has like that rich, full-bodied California Cab flavor. But, so it is rich in flavor, but I get hints of vanilla and oak, which I know you said earlier. And then a tannin finish, which is very Italian. So to me, it's like the perfect blend of two worlds.
I don't know if it's so much tannins, because I feel like personally it's more on the softer side than the acidic side of the tannins. I think it's a little bit more drier than. I think it's just dry. I think it's that bite at the end from that dryness that pulls it. They can almost seem like it's acidic.
Mm-hmm.
I truly believe this is because, like I said, Italian wines are definitely more acidic all day long. They have more tannins in them. And that's why they pair very well with food. Drinking Italian wines is the best time to have them is with food.
Mm-hmm.
Because they just mix and balance each other so well. With the acidity and like the taste of the fruit, like everything. Italian wines.
That's why we're
amazing
actually eating. Well, I feel like that's why I'm actually eating some of the. We just put out a little bit of cheese and some salami and crackers. But I wanted it because as soon as I smelled this earlier, I was like, oh, we're gonna need some kind of
little baby plate.
A little plate of something to give it some texture and depth of flavor, and to better understand the flavor profile of this versus the white, which is more easy to drink. Like you could drink it without eating. But I really enjoy this wine a lot.
Yeah, we're super happy that this could that we're going to go there and be married there and have this wine and celebrate with all our family and friends. And I tell you what, I could drink this with every day.
Yeah, I could too. Yeah,
it's so
it's very good.
And this is a 14.1, which is right there.
14.1% alcohol. For those that.
Yeah. So I think that it's not too high. So you can actually sit there and enjoy that,
Yeah, 14.1 isn't bad. You won't get wasted on it. Is the TLDR of that comment. I love it. I'm happy with both of tonight's wines. We'll be revisiting it tonight. I'm gonna cook. Tonight I'm making tortellini with chicken and broccoli. So this red is going to go perfectly with that meal. And I will have another glass of white while I cook.
Oh, this would definitely be good with lamb chops. Oh, everything is.
Yeah, really any meat. Like with the, so with the salami, it really brings out some of that. Yeah, Vito, the revisit. With the salami, it really brings out a lot of the richness. But the cheese, so this is a Robiola, Italian like creamy cheese. I would compare it, I would say it's like a brie, but with a little more funk and punch to it. It's actually my dad's favorite cheese.
It's a Gouda cheese.
The Gouda cheese. It's very good. But when you mix the two of them together with the wine, oh. All right. Any parting thoughts?
Oh, yes.
Oh, as he stuffs his face.
Oh, I'm hungry.
Yeah, I know. I'm about to cook it. I'm about to cook.
If you get a chance to buy this, please do yourself a favor. It is worth every single penny.
I will post it in my blog. As always, I will post where you guys can find these wines. The one for Sbragia will be directly from their website. And that is because, like I said before, they're small production. So.
Well, actually, I believe the place I got it from, Symposium, does have a website, and it's a smaller.
Well, but for all the people around the world who don't have a local spot that they've found that sells it, Sbragia will deliver to you. So.
True that.
There you go. All right. Any parting thoughts? Time for me to go cook. But thanks for coming to this week's #Wine Wednesday. Super exciting. This Friday, I'm going to be going live. We're going to do another live cooking demo. I promise I won't be an hour and a half this time. It will be a 1 hour cooking special on Instagram Live. I will make something very quintessential Italian. I will tell you guys on Friday morning. I will post the ingredients you will need if you want to cook along. Otherwise, I'll see you Friday night. And thanks for following, guys.
Bye.
Ciao.